Yuma County's Juvenile Court Services Director is in the national spotlight. Public Works crews help to ensure safe travel on county bridges and roads. And the deadline to implement the Real ID Act is quickly approaching. Do you have your travel ID? These stories and more, this is your County Line. Yuma County is known for many things like farming, lettuce, military, and winter visiting. It's not often we shine in the national spotlight, until now. Recently, the Yuma County Juvenile Court Services Director, Tim Hardy, showed up and continues to be in the national spotlight when it comes to probation and parole. Mr. Hardy has become the president of the American Probation and Parole Association, that is the leading organization representing the corrections industry in the United States and Canada.
We need to increase our memberships. We need to provide better education to the new workforce, which is millennials. And then I also have incorporated that belief with Kids at Hope. And so you can use it with kids, you can use it with employees, you can use it with a large national association like APPA.
With more than 90,000 members, they strive to keep communication constant throughout this diverse industry, provide training at all levels, and develop best practices for all to follow. The American Probation and Parole Association has been in existence for over 40 years. Tim Hardy's term as president will last 2 years. The Public Works Department works on a variety of projects that keep our customers, commerce, and travel in Yuma County moving. When doing regular maintenance, crews are keen to observe the conditions of the roads, and is why recently, when road crews were merely filling potholes on a bridge, part of the bridge work came into question.
We found that the metal on the bridge had been rusting out and it's rotting out, so we're going to patch out the bad spot, cut the metal out, and weld new metal back onto it, and then tomorrow we'll put the asphalt back in there and open the road.
When exposing the pothole completely, they came across problems with the support platform. Crews fixed half of the bridge span earlier this month, and the other side will be closed today, December 16th, until work is completed on Friday, December 20th. While no one was in danger, keeping bridges completely up to date ensures safe travel for all using our roads and bridges. The countdown is on, and it's under 1 year before the Real ID Act goes into full effect. This time, without it, you won't be able to board an airplane or enter a federal building. All Arizonans need to be aware that all states, not just Arizona, are in the process of complying with the Real ID Act. Arizona now has the Travel ID, and citizens will need to ensure that they have the gold star that's embedded in the card to show the cardholder has provided added proof of identification that meets federal requirements.
Even though the Yuma International Airport is not a huge passenger airport, it still is affected by these changes. So Yuma area residents really need to consider getting the travel ID. It will ensure that you get on your flight, you don't get hassled, you won't miss a flight, and you'll be able to get wherever you need to go, whether it's a dream vacation or a last-minute flight, you'll be able to get on there without any hassle.
This holds true if it's a driver's license or an identification card. Again, all of this is because of the Real ID Act of 2005. The deadline to have your Arizona Traveler's ID is October 1st, 2020. It's important to note this doesn't change anything in regard to international travel. People traveling outside of the United States will still need a valid passport or the equivalent in order to travel.
I'm Elia Juarez, and this is your Library Update. The Main Library is launching a brand new subscription service for teens, and the best part is it's completely free. What is Library Loot? It's a brand new subscription-based service for teens ages 13 through 18. Every month, they'll be able to pick up a box just like this one that inside will contain a book that they can check out to borrow, as well as a bunch of goodies tied into the monthly theme. Since this is a brand new service that we're launching, there are very limited amounts of spaces, so hurry over to the main library to sign up. To find out more about this and all of our other programs, make sure to check out our website at yumalibrary.org.
On this edition of our Department Spotlight series, we take a closer look at the county's Planning and Zoning Division.
The Planning and Zoning Division is tasked with enforcing the Yuma County zoning ordinance, enforcing the Yuma County subdivision regulations, and implementing the comprehensive plan. The comprehensive plan is meant to guide development in the county. It sets forth potential growth in the county and where residential, commercial, and industrial development is meant to occur. Also, protection of agricultural areas or the military bases that we have. The Yuma County Zoning Ordinance is the regulatory document that controls development in the county. It lists what people are allowed to do on their properties. It divides the county into zoning districts, whether it be residential, commercial, industrial, or agricultural, and then different intensities and densities within the respective zoning districts. The Yuma County subdivision regulations are meant to enforce the development of subdivisions in Yuma County. All subdivisions, which consist of 6 or more lots, have to comply with the subdivision regulations. Planning and zoning is one component of complying with not just the planning and zoning regulations, but all the regulations that the Department of Development Services is tasked with enforcing.
You can learn more about Yuma County's Planning and Zoning Division by visiting yumacountyaz.gov. It's that time of year again. Not the holiday season, but when we take a moment to recognize an employee for going above and beyond when it comes to safety. Steve Banuelos is a juvenile detention officer and has worked for Yuma County for over 17 years. Recently, Mr. Banuelos was dealing with a juvenile detainee who was also pregnant and has severe mental health issues. An issue quickly escalated, and it was his keen awareness that made him quickly incorporate a plan to de-escalate things by placing the juvenile in a restraint using a technique reserved for small children and elderly people. Fellow officers were able to successfully detain the juvenile without anyone getting hurt or injured. Mr. Banuelos now teaches the Handle with Care behavioral management system to his fellow officers and has helped create a more safe environment for everyone at juvenile detention. And that's why Steve Banuelos is the Yuma County Safety Award winner this quarter. Most of you are gearing up for the holiday season, and it's a good guess you have a Christmas tree. But have you thought about what you're going to do with your live tree after the holidays? The Yuma County Public Works Department has teamed up with the City of Yuma to give you a chance to help preserve the West Wetlands Project. All you have to do is take your tree to a recycling location and they'll do the rest. If you'd like more information about recycling your tree, just call 341-2500. Before we head out, just a quick reminder about the upcoming holiday season. Wednesday, December 25th and Wednesday, January 1st are both holidays. Most of your county offices will be closed so that our employees can enjoy the holiday season with their families. Thank you for joining us for this County Line. Until next year, stay tuned, Yuma County.